Okay. So Vinay, feel free. You are a good student, and probably the break in your education is making you a little nervous, but
Yes, sir.
that will not make any dent in your future career, for instance. Okay. So you
Okay,
should just
hopefully.
ignore that. Whatever happened. It was your own health issues, and you fought it for it, and now you are ready to start your endeavor. And now the good thing is, like, with this gap, you have realized that you have to do, or you have to make your career in development only. So before I
Yes,
start your interview, I'll just say that anyone who wants to work for development or impact or social welfare, that doesn't mean they are looking for philanthropic life ahead. You are looking to make your career in this field. You want to be a professional of this field, so that you can be the trusted agent for development, for the society,
yes, sir.
for the organizations, for the government. And it's not about just being trusted. You literally want to be effective and efficient in order to achieving the development goals, with your knowledge, with your expertise and wisdom. Okay. So we
Yes,
are not here to, or we are not compromising with any sense by not doing MBA or any other program, such program. Okay. And once you are for IRMA, actually you are getting best of the both world. So the IRMA program is aligned towards management also, and rural development also. So okay, let's start with the questions. And since I know you well, I'll be asking those questions which will be important for interview, and I'll
okay,
ignore the questions like tell us about yourself or tell me about yourself, like such questions.
okay.
So first you'll tell Vinay, how much do you remember from your college days? Like, you have done aeronautical engineering, and
Yes,
after that you have not studied or not being regular in your field, and you have not worked in your particular discipline. So just tell me, uh, what are you carrying it from your college days?
um, like I have uh, a knowledge of problem solving, like how to approach mathematical problems, and also while I might not remember formulae, like I'm good with algebra and such things. Also, from my college days, as you know, I'm a musician, so I was a part of the cultural activities on the college. So I learned how to manage like small teams and you know communication and teamwork. So all of
Okay,
these things
Vinay,
I'm
so you
carrying.
were talking in the soft skills, talking around. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, Vinay?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
are talking more in terms of parallel learning of the college, like soft skills and maths learning. I'm
Yes.
asking real-time engineering learning, if you still remember anything.
Yes, sir. So like we were taught software like ANSYS and CATIA. So if you give me like a simple object, I can design it on CATIA, like make a 3D model of it, and then do some basic stress or temperature analysis and ANSYS. Also, I'll remember like basic principles of flight, like how a plane takes off, how it remains, in flight, what keeps it from crashing, and we had a paper on aerodynamics of rockets and missiles. So yeah, how I was also for a brief time in the rocketry club in our college, Thrust MIT. So I have some knowledge of how rocketry works.
Okay. Nice, nice, very good. So Vinay, tell me that we have seen that many of the Western farms uses flights to spray pesticides on their field, and there are a number of other applications also in rural areas also. So
Yes.
should you see any potential of using helicopters or flying objects for rural
Yes.
development? or in farming or in any other field.
Yes,
And
sir.
these days we have drones also, so
Yes, sir, we
you can
have.
utilize that. uh,
Yeah, there's like a huge scope for the aeronautical and aerospace industries, especially in the agriculture sector. As you said, drones can be used to spray pesticides and fertilizers. It's not just the usage is not just limited to spraying. You can also do remote sensing and implement GIS technology to, track how the crop is doing. So we have, satellite-based imagery can be harnessed to see and even like locate few potential areas where we can grow crops. Um, yeah, remote sensing is also like a huge burgeoning field. It's like interdisciplinary. It's not just aero. You also have like electrical aspect to it. So yeah, there are lots of applications of the aeronautical industry and agriculture.
okay, so tell me, what are the major challenges that government faces in order to implement their development projects in rural India?
Yeah. So one thing could be that oftentimes the last mile effort, has to be done in a decentralized system of governments via panchayat raj, or the last mile is where the implementation may be lacking, because there is confusion in between whether the state list plays a role, whether the state has to play a greater role, or the panchayati governance has to take a role. So there's like a disconnect between both of them at the fieldwork level. You see this gap being plagued by NGOs right now in India. One more thing is, I guess there's like a infrastructure gap, although even that gap is being filled by like new schemes, like at least in Telangana, Raitu, Bharosa, and also National Rural Livelihoods Mission focus on infrastructure. So like I think we need a more community based participation rather than depending on bureaucracy to implement development interventions at the field level.
Okay, I'll include everyone in this discussion for a while. Like, I'll not ask you anything to tell, but I'll tell you from my side that whenever someone is asking about challenge, try to be very like, not try to be, just try to listen. Challenges for what? So if I would have said, Binay, your answer was quite good. I'm not commenting on your answer. I'm just suggesting
Thank you.
other people how to see the word challenge, the word challenge. So when someone is asking that, जैसे कि कोई पूछता है तुमसे कि रूरल डेवलपमेंट के challenges क्या है, तो वहां पे आंसर तुम्हें देने होंगे उस तरह के कि जैसे डिस्क्रीट है, स्पार्सली पॉपुलेटेड है, डाइवर्सिटी है, and you cannot create a common policy for all the area. बहुत ही focus local level के problems अलग हो सकते हैं. You can also say that education is not, or awareness is not there, so that they are not ready to accept the modern solution or whatever. तो ये सब rural development के challenges की तरह आप बताते हो. But I specifically asked Vinay that what are the challenges government faces in order to implement their policy for rural development. तो ऐसे केसेस में लाइक विनय आंसर्ड उस तरीके से देना है कि यू नीड टू रिमेम्बर ऑल दोस पॉलिसीज व्हिच गवर्नमेंट is trying to implement in rural area and try to find out challenges that those policy is facing. So best way to answer is the moment say you listen this word that government is facing while implementing its policy. So just point out all the policies like Manrega, National Rural Urban Mission, या National Rural Health Mission, या education. So for all these policy, try to find the challenge that government is facing. Okay. So कभी भी जब challenge word आता है, you need to be very like clear that challenges in what way, or challenges for what. ये समझ के ही तुम्हें आंसर देना है, इवन इफ इट इज, अगर सब्जेक्टिव आंसर में हो या इंटरव्यू में हो, दोनों में। और दूसरा बिना, आई से दैट इन लास्ट यू स्टार्टेड गोइंग इन सजेस्टिव मोड, दैट
Yes, sir.
वी शुड बी मोर कॉम्पिटिटिव। ये जरूरत नहीं है। बेटर ये होता कि तुम दूसरी पॉलिसी के पर्सपेक्टिव से भी चैलेंज बता देते।
Okay.
जैसे हेल्थ की पॉलिसीज अगर गांव में या रूरल एरिया में, या एजुकेशन की पॉलिसी पे, ठीक है, तो वो चैलेंज तुम बता सकते थे।
Yes.
ठीक है, तो यू
Yeah.
नीड टू बी, यू नीड टू टॉक मोर अबाउट द आंसर, मोर ऑफ द आंसर एंड लेस ऑफ द पॉलिसी नाउ। जब पूछा जा रहा है, जब आंसर पूछा जा रहा है या चैलेंज पूछा जा रहा है, तो उसी पे ध्यान देना। ठीक है,
Okay.
तो
Okay.
सब लोग ये इस बात पे ध्यान देना, चैलेंज पे बहुत बार बच्चे कंफ्यूज जाते हैं। एंड प्रॉब्लम, ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स आर नॉट चैलेंजेस। आई आल्सो और डिफरेंशिएट दिस टू वर्ड्स। जैसे मैं बोलूँ कि डेवलपमेंट के प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है और डेवलपमेंट के चैलेंजेस क्या है। चैलेंजेस हमेशा वो होता है जब किसी एक्ट के अगेंस्ट कुछ आता है ना, मतलब समथिंग इज कमिंग इन योर वे, something is coming, some barrier is coming in your way, that is the challenge. And problems, something which, or problems or impact में भी फर्क पड़ता है। जैसे problems are something which is there in that particular circumstance, which you treat as problem, and that problem will come up with its own impact on society। समझ रहे हो ना? तो इस तरीके से तुम्हें हर वर्ड को थोड़ा आइडेंटिफाई करके और क्लैरिफाई करके आंसर देना चाहिए। ठीक है, लेट्स गो बैक टू द मॉक इंटरव्यू। विनय,
Okay.
you need to tell me that what are the other options do you have apart from IRMA?
Besides IRMA, I'm applying for MA Development Studies courses at IITs, NIT, APU. I'm also considering, my from like a personal side, my parents want me to stay in Hyderabad, so I'm considering MPP at Kautilya. I think even doing MPP from Kautilya will land me in similar roles to studying development studies. So yeah, these are my other options.
Okay. Okay, so just differentiate these two course, one from which is from IRMA, and one which is from Kautilya or some other university, Masters in Public Policy. Differentiate these two.
So the course in IRMA is pretty much like a regular MBA with a focus on rural management. You will be studying, you'll have a lot of
पहले तो
books.
ये मैं बता दूं कि do not tell that the course of IRMA is a regular MBA, है ना? They will feel मतलब like offensive।
Oh, okay.
मतलब they don't project it as a regular MBA, ना? So
Yes,
it's like management learning aligned with rural development or rural market।
yes, sir, definitely. It's not
So
just your
it's not a
regular.
regular management role। Yeah.
Yes,
So the learning of management is there, but the course is entirely focused towards rural market and rural development areas। Okay.
yes, sir.
Some other
Even
functions of management may be there, which you will study the same thing, because there is no difference for urban and rural market. But most of the management function will change with location, like supply
yes,
chain or marketing, or maybe finance will not change. Maybe uh, uh, only finance will not change. I think everything will change there with respect to rural market. If you'll open a company in a rural area, your HR policy must be uh, similar to the, like aligned with the rural market also. So
yes,
just don't tell that it's a regular MBA with rural focus.
yes, sir. I was like talking about the courses which are be in common with other, but even the courses themselves are rural focus. So yes, you're right. Yeah, building on that, you will study subjects in management with a rural focus, like marketing in rural areas, finance, impact investment, and stuff like,
You
how
are not audible.
social sciences.
Hello.
Oh, I'm not audible, sir. Hello, can you hear me now? Hello. Can other people hear me, or did sir get DC'd? Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Sir, we lost you for a second there. I
Hello,
think
hello,
yes, sir, we can hear you now.
hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. ठीक है.